Stocks hitting all-time highs again today, putting the Dow, the S&P, the Nasdaq, and now the Russell 2000 on track for record closes. Our next guest shares where she's seeing opportunity at these heights. Let's bring in Obermeyer Wood president and partner Flynn Phillips for her top stock picks. Of course, recognized in the Barron's top financial advisors, Forbes Best in State Wealth Advisors. Allie, it's great to have you. So let's go through some of your picks. One I'm interested in has to do with housing, with the Fed now cutting rates.
Yeah, well, first, it's great to be on here. To one of those cases where just in general, we think the market is pretty lofty. But the nice things about it, we do think there's great opportunities within small cap, value sectors, healthcare, and housing. One example is Home Depot. We like to set going very much into Fed rate cuts. Housing to us is like a coiled spring, and there'll be a big economic unlock if we get back to more of a normalized housing environment. One thing, obviously, is rate cuts make HELOCs cheaper, and that'll help finance repairs and renovation. But the key thing is, you think about it, is the housing market, the boom was in 2005, so 20 years ago. And at 20 years, as we all know, the fact that you're going to have a big milestone for big renovation projects. So that's for air conditioning, kitchen and bathroom, windows, and that should be a real move for a Home Depot. Also, existing housing is still really low, so if we get back to more of the normal environment, that's yet another catalyst for that company.
Yeah, a lot of people have been waiting for a more normal housing market. We'll see if the Fed rate cuts do it, because, again, we saw 10-year yield move up on the back of that rate cut. So still some questions about what's going to happen to mortgage rates. What about ASML in the semiconductor space? Semis have been so hot, but this one not as much.
True. And the nice thing about it is this company really powers the chips behind the next generation of AI. So to us, it's viewed a little bit of a catch-up trade within the tech sector. It's still about 25% less than its height that we saw in 2024. One of its biggest customers is Taiwan Semiconductor, and Taiwan Semiconductor's second nanometer is expected to be large, and TSM is already making plans for the build out for the NVIDIA orders. And all that requires the infrastructure of ASML equipment. So as these companies be able to build this out, we see a backorder of orders, and really do think that ASML should benefit from this continued focus on AI chips.
And then finally, I want to get to Motorola Solutions, because this is not your grandfather's Motorola. This is a very different business. Tell us about it.
True. I mean, when we think of Motorola, we look at it, it's kind of like from emergency call centers to defense tech. Motorola Systems is really a dominant player. Public safety, as we know, is a very topical and really important subject. For example, Motorola's products are in 65% of 911 call centers. Also, state and local budgets are pretty healthy. And if we don't see a demand drop, we can actually see them building out these networks more and more. Finally, they just did a new acquisition, pretty attractive within the drone communication space. Still this asset, we think that'll create a great new platform for Motorola to acquire more new defense technologies. So for a company that's able to have strong cash flow and earnings beats, do feel in terms of this company has a lot of upside over time, plus a healthy dividend.
Really nice looking long-term chart as well. Greg Brown, longtime CEO, also beloved. Allie, thank you very much for joining us with some of your picks. We appreciate it.